Welcome to Friday, everybody. My name is Billy Funk, Extreme Networker here in Chicago. Hope you're fired up. Hope you're ready to get fearless and free. I'm with two of my co-hosts, Shannon Young out of Georgia and Lany Sullivan out of California. And we're here with Mindset Your Marketing, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For the Friday time kind of changes up a little bit. We got a couple other conflicting shows that we definitely don't want to interrupt what they've got going on. So this week we started it at 11 a.m. Central. I believe it's 11. No, it's 10 a.m. Central. You know, we got times going all over the place. But what time is it? It is right now, and it is Mindset Your Marketing. We're going to be talking about the art of people and how you can build relationships with other people to build your business and the mindset that it takes in order to do that. You know, I got started inside of network marketing less than 2 years ago, but I was fully prepared for the entire personal development side of it, as well as the marketing side of it, you know, with a career of going door to door for a year and a half, as well as owning and operating several businesses. But what really got me going and really got me started, I think, on the fast track was having a relationship with myself, having the self-esteem and confidence that was needed in order to go out there and attract other people. I think that there's never been a successful person inside of our industry that didn't have self-esteem and confidence, because it's almost impossible for you to get to the top without you already being there in your mind. And so if you really, really, really want to build a business bigger, if you want to grow bigger and stronger and go out there and attract like-minded people, you got to be strong yourself. You got to have the self-esteem and the confidence of a lion. And I think that there's something that you can do in order to get that. I think that if you want to go out there and you don't have the confidence yet, you don't have the self-esteem yet, well, you can start listening to some great speakers, some great motivational authors. And you can start with, you know, literally putting your mind in the right place. You know, sometimes the more we hear something, the more we believe something. You know, a lot of times our environment can kind of predict and determine sometimes what we think and feel. And so you can actually go out there and actually set yourself up for success by programming your mind correctly. By the next time that you go out and make a sale or go out and build a relationship or go out and go to a business meeting or business conference, before you go there, set yourself up correctly. You know, tell yourself, I am awesome, over and over again, maybe really, really loud. And I know it sounds corny and cheesy and maybe even crazy to you, but I'm telling you right now, the more you actually speak that to yourself, the more you're going to feel it. I know that a lot of times in sales, marketing, and business, before I would go into a meeting, a sales meeting, on the way there, I would literally say to myself, I am an awesome salesman. I am an awesome salesman, over and over and over again, to the point where, you know what, there was nothing that would not allow me to believe that. And I think that if you go out there and have some sort of affirmation, have something to build you up, have something that, you know, you can actually put on yourself as a force field, you're going to attract people, kind of like a force field would attract. You know, if it was a magnet, I guess it would attract metals. But whatever you really, really want to do, set yourself up correctly by saying that you're already awesome at it, and you'll start to feel it and believe it already. And then when you go out there and build people up, build rapport with people. I think that if you start asking people questions about their own life and you become a great listener, and hear not just not the lyrics, but the music behind the lyrics, you can really become an unbelievable networker, connector, marketer, and successful business person. I know that a lot of things in life, you know, makes you want to talk about them, but the more you actually approach somebody and ask them questions about themselves, you know, I use a process of form, family, occupation, recreation, mission, or message, and ask people questions about their, you know, what their life is like right now, finding their driving force, finding their why. You know, that's really their carrot on a stick. I think Shannon Young is actually going to talk about that, and I don't want to steal her thunder. So Shannon Young is out there in Georgia. She's rocking and rolling. I know I talked to her earlier. She has got a fired up and fearless attitude today. She's an incredible marketer, and she's got an impeccable mindset. Shannon, what's going on, girl?
Hey, good morning, Billy. Thanks for having me on. This is my favorite topic because It's absolutely one of my favorite things in this industry. It's building relationships, and it's true. It's learning the art of people. The art of connection. And when you have the ability to do that, it just takes your business. It takes your mindset. It takes your the passion that you have to a whole new level, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? We're here for more than just a financial gain. We're here to actually help people and to build people and to teach people, reach people. So I think the one thing, I love what you said about the affirmations, because that's one thing that I do each and every single morning. When I roll out of bed, I go to the bathroom and I stand in front of my mirror, and I tell myself, you're glowing, you're flowing, and on and on and on, because, it's true. It takes that one positive thought to shift your entire mindset. So I think, it's like you were saying, when you are reaching out to people and you're building that relationship, one of the mistakes that so many marketers make is thinking that sale is going to come right then on that spot. Relationships take time. They take art. You have to be genuine and sincere when you're building that relationship with someone. It's not an overnight process. But I think once you learn somebody's why and you pay attention, you've got that person. It may be not today or tomorrow, maybe 6 months, a year down the road. But when you develop that relationship and you actually learn where they are and how you can help them succeed, that's where you find your success in the relationships, is, reaching out and asking, how can I be of service to you? How can I help you connect? How can my circle help you in your endeavors? And so when you reach that plateau with somebody, you've built something that is a must. You've built trust, right? So I'll leave it there, because I know you and Lany have a lot of great other things to say, but I think that is the art of people, is to genuinely care where they are and where they're going.
I love what you were just talking about. I'm not sure whose quote this is, but I know there's one out there that says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Much you care, right? Exactly.
I don't know who came up with that, but
I think it was Zig Ziglar, actually.
You're right.
I'm not sure, but it's priceless.
I'm pretty sure it was Zig. Yep.
If it wasn't, it might as well have been Zig. I mean, Zig just came up with hundreds and hundreds of quotes, and my favorite from Zig is, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. I think that's one of the foundations of what Shannon was just talking about, is going out there and finding what people really want, finding what people really care about, finding where people are in life and where they want to go, and then helping them get there. If you help enough people get to where they want to go, guess what? You are way ahead of where you want to go. You're already there. And Lany Sullivan out there in California, I know you got an incredible mindset, and you're an awesome connector and relationship marketer. What can you speak to everybody today about the art of people that has helped you get to where you are now?
Good morning, everyone. It is snowing. I'm in Oregon, actually, today, and it is snowing, so hope you all are staying warm. I am. So the art of people. I love people. I love everything about their intricacies and their, genuineness and their uniqueness, and you get to learn a lot from your experiences and your interactions with people. And the one thing that I have learned, and, dealing with people, and I want to say dealing with people, but dealing with people, it is an art. And if you guys don't really pay attention to the actions and the reactions of people, you're missing the boat. Because if you can pay attention to what somebody says, it's all about perception and reception and perspective and opinion. And you can say something and it can be taken, how you put it out can be taken totally different than how it's received. And so you have to pay attention to that. And It just happened to me the other day, and it accidental. It happened. You can open your mouth and insert your foot and not realize that you did it. But you have to learn to accept the good and the bad of a relationship, and you have to be able to be open and learn how people respond and change how you deliver your message, or be prepared to change how you deliver your message. So you need to pay attention to what I'm going to say, how is it going to come across, and how is that person going to receive it. You're going to make mistakes. You're human. It's going to happen. But if you can learn how to interact with people, and if you can learn that, everybody's human, and not everybody is going to react the way that you expect them to react, good or bad. It doesn't really matter. You can have the best of intentions and be going straight to hell, right? The road to hell is laid with good intentions, and you can have good intentions, and it doesn't matter. So what I want you guys to focus on is learn personalities, study and read about how people act and react. Pay attention to the conversations and the interactions that you have with people, because that's where you learn how to better present yourself and how to be a better person yourself. Again, it goes back to failure. When you make a mistake, own up to it and go on to the next thing, and now learn that lesson. And that's why I think that I'm fairly decent with people. I'm not going to give myself like a pat on the back, because I still make mistakes and I'm still human. And to err is human, and to whatever. What's the quote? And something is divine. Well, I am human and I err. So open yourself up to that and be willing to learn from your mistakes. And a mistake, again, goes back to failure. Follow your faith, learn, but be genuine with who you are. Be open and authentic, because if you're not open and authentic, people will not trust you. And when you're in sales and when you're in marketing, people buy you. They don't buy your product, they buy you. You need to be authentic and genuine, and they need to know, trust, and like you before they buy from you. And that is the number one thing that I can probably tell you. That was like 5 things, but, that's what I got for you today, you guys.
No, that's awesome. I agree 1,000%. People need to know, like, and trust you before they buy from you. And you need to know, like, and trust yourself. We are in a relationship industry, and if you believe business is built on relationships, make building them your business. And I think that if you went out there and you built yourself up first, that's why I love network marketing, is that it's an industry where it's all about personal development. If you work harder on yourself, your business will flourish. If you build yourself up, your business will follow you. And it just so happens that we've got, a product, a service, a tool, or some sort of affiliate program or platform that corresponds and coincides with that building of yourself. And I really love the integrity of the industry and love what it does for people. It helps people believe in themselves. It helps people find confidence in themselves. I believe that if there was something that you could do in life to actually help yourself in all aspects of life, it would be get involved in a network marketing business, even if it was for 6 months, even if it was just for 3 months. But if it was 3 to 6 months of you actively building it, of you actually going out there and connecting with people and making relationships and doing what your leader or sponsor says that, if you want to achieve, go ahead and do. If you actively go out there and work your business for 3 to 6 months, I think there's no better foundation that you could lay in life. And I can tell you this right now, that if you go out there and you actively build something, if you actively engage and go out there and give it your all, give it your best effort, go out there instead of trying to be perfect, go out there and go for excellence. If you do that for 6 months, I guarantee you won't leave. You'll want more, and you'll find at one point in time that you've had so much fun building yourself, you've had so much fun building your business, you're going to have even more fun building other people. I think that the fulfillment that you get from going out there and helping leaders develop, helping people grow, far exceeds anything that you could actually access and give yourself. And that's why Zig has always said that if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. I believe that if you're going out there and building relationships with people, you got to go out there and you got to find out exactly what pushes their buttons. What do they say? Lie in their bed and get in their head. And, pretend like you're them. Put yourself in their shoes. What's going on in their life? Shannon and I were talking last night, and we were talking about how the really successful people, they know the ins and the outs of all the people. They mentally take notes when they're having conversations with people. It's not just about going out there and making a connection and getting somebody to say yes or no and then leaving them high and dry. Whether they say yes or no, it's about building bridges. I truly believe, I think I've said this on another call, that if you picture yourself on one side of a river and every entrepreneur was on the other side, if you built as many bridges as you could with as many of those entrepreneurs on the other side, just by sheer curiosity alone, you will have dozens, if not hundreds of them wanting to come over to the other side and find out what you have. But you don't build a bridge by going out there and saying hi to somebody. I think, Shannon, what was the quote on the picture today from Gary Vee? There's no ROI in hello. Build relationships, and that's how you build bridges, by going out there and building relationships with people. So if you're saying, all right, Billy Funk, what's the keys to building a relationship? What can I do if I've never really built great rapport with people? If I want to go out there and build my business bigger, quicker, and faster, can you give me any tidbits? Can you give me any tips or tricks? What would you do if you had to build a business right now from scratch? Well, here's the thing. Find out who you want to do business with and build a relationship with them by finding, I call them 6 questions, 6 steps to success with building a relationship. If you can answer these 6 questions about somebody, you almost definitely have a relationship with them. Question number 1 is, where do they work? Do you know what's the name of the company they work at? Do you know what city they live in? Question number 2 is, what do they do for a living? What exactly do they do for a living? Number 3 is, what is the name of the person's spouse? So this is somebody that you're prospecting. Now, if somebody's already in your business, if somebody's in your downline, it's a great thing to know if you don't know it already. But we got number 1 is, where do they work? Number 2 is, what do they do for a living? Number 3 is, what is the name of their spouse? Number 4 is, what are the names of their children? Now, I know not every one of these of your prospects is going to be married, going to be working a full-time job, going to have kids, but go through these questions. Anybody that has these answers to these questions has got a relationship with somebody. And when it comes to form, you got family, occupation, recreation, and mission. Well, what haven't I talked about yet? Recreation. What activity do they like to do the most? What's their hobby? What's their recreation? What's their passion? Number 6, why? Their mission. Why did they get started? Why did they join your business? So those are 6 questions that are involved in form. Family, occupation, recreation, mission. Where do they work? What do they do for a living? What is the name of their spouse? What are the names of their children? What recreational activity do they like to do the most? And what and why did they get involved in the business? What's their driving force? And I like to ask people, what does your Groundhog Day look like? I know it's not February 1st or 2nd right now. It's December 6th. But this isn't about February 2nd and, Puxatawny Phil coming out and seeing the shadow or not seeing the shadow. This is about Bill Murray's Groundhog Day. If you remember the movie, he lived the day over and over and over again. So, what's your Groundhog Day? If you could pick a day where all the people you wanted to help were helped, everything that you wanted to go out there and do was accomplished, all the money that you wanted to earn was earned, what would you do next? What would you actually do at that point? Because that's a huge carrot on a stick. That's a huge why right there. Is what would make you smile every single morning if you woke up and got out of bed knowing that you were about to do exactly what you wanted to do and nothing else? What does that day look like? If you find what somebody's Groundhog Day looks like, you've got their carrot on a stick. You've got their driving force. You've got the fuel that ignites their ignition. The only thing you have to do is hit start, or get them to start. And you've got exactly what A will get them in and B will keep them in. Because if you're building a business, it's not about just bringing people in. It's about keeping people in. And if you've got their driving force, what I've said to a lot of people inside my business is you okay with me bringing your driving force, your why up, if you get skeptical, if you get squeamish, if you get on the fence, if you get hesitant about going forward? Are you okay with me bringing that up? And if somebody's just joining and they're excited and they're passionate and they're just thrilled to be inside that business, they're going to say, yes, I give you permission. So now you've got what will keep them in. Because I guarantee you that if they've come as far as you've gone, and maybe they hit a roadblock, they're going to want to keep going, just like you have been. What's going to keep them going? Their driving force, their fuel. What would keep a car going if it ran out of gas? More fuel. Sometimes people just need more fuel. They need that driving force, that little reminder. They need their fuel tank to be filled up again. Sometimes you got to be that presence. You got to be that person that helps them ignite that fuel again. When you have a relationship with somebody, when it's built firmly, when that bridge is built, you can absolutely go down that road. You can absolutely cross that path, and you've got the influence then to help that person get ahead again, to help that person get their car started again, get their driving force, get going again in business. But you really can't if you're only an acquaintance, if you're only a friend of a friend of a friend, if you're only a person that's talked to them, once or twice. But if you've got that relationship and it's strong, well, now you've got something that can help you build the business even stronger. Because there's power in numbers, there's power in people, there's power in a team. So I go back to the fact that if you believe business is built on relationships, make building them your business. And if you do that, if you make connections, if you go out there and make friends, my entire goal before I came into my second business opportunity was to make friends. I actually, I started from scratch. I didn't bring a team with me. I didn't tell any family or friends. I didn't buy leads, pay for traffic. I went out there and said, I'm going to prove to people that you can be dropped off in any city in the country or any city in the planet and be given a phone and given Google, and you can build a business from there just by simply calling people up and making friends. 1,000 people in 100 days by connecting with like-minded people, by calling people up that were already business builders and literally making friends with them, building a relationship with them. Nothing else. I wasn't going for the flip. I wasn't going for the close. I wasn't going for the sale. I wasn't going for them to come in my business on that call one. I was going for a connection. I was calling them up to develop that rapport, to build that relationship, to get started with knowing them. Because if I call you up right now, yeah, I might be able to flip you on call one, but that might get you in, but that won't keep you in. I want to build a relationship with my prospects. I want to build it so strong that they feel not compelled, but they feel pulled to come in my business. They want to. They really, really, really want to work with me. And if you create those relationships with people, and if you create them with the right people, business builders, not business blunders, business partners, not always business projects. I think you should always be helping somebody. Mentoring 3 to 5 people at all times is always a goal of mine. I think that it really creates an unlimited amount of fulfillment when you're able to help somebody achieve their goals. If you right now want to build a business faster and bigger and quicker, and you're in a hole, you need to go after professionals. You need to go after people that go out there and invite, prospect, close, and follow up for a living. Business partners versus business projects. Business builders versus business blunders. If you do that and build relationships with those type of people, your business will flourish. Wow, we got a little bit carried away there, and I'm going to bring it back to Shannon Young, see if she's got any closing remarks. Shannon, I know you gave us some absolutely awesome tips and tricks earlier about the art of people. What do you got left, if anything?
I absolutely love it. You know what? I'm a firm believer that when you know your purpose and you live that purpose with passion, then it becomes your profession, and what better way to earn a living than doing what you love, and on the other side of that is we attract the people who have that same like mind. Attraction marketing and relationship marketing go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. And I think if you view everybody that you're coming into contact with as like a blank canvas, you can paint that relationship and you can know, I mean, it just grows, right? Just like a painting, it's stroke by stroke, and that's what the relationships are, right? It's conversation after conversation, it's digging in and finding out who that person is. What is their purpose? What is their passion? What is their why? Where do they want to be? Where are they going? Where they are now? And, my tip is talk to as many people as you can talk to, because that's what it's about. I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary in the industry, right? And what I did from day one was I talked to people. I sought out the people who were where I wanted to be. I sought out the people who had the same purpose and the same passions, and the ones had that same mindset that I had. As I developed my mindset, I looked for people in that realm, and it's just an ongoing daily discipline to talk to as many people as you can possibly talk to. Because when that happens and you start building those friendships and that following, it's an absolutely beautiful thing.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, Shannon, and I think that was one of the best ways to close this call. I know somebody just jumped on. We'll have the recording out there, not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube. We got a Mindset Your Marketing, actually online show on Monday, which is at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific time. We'll be back again with the conference call line on Monday at, I believe we're coming back at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central, and that's 10 a.m. Pacific time, same back channel, not the same time though. And so this is Billy Funk on behalf of my two co-hosts, Shannon Young and Lany Sullivan, saying stay awesome, stay positive, stay powerful, and stay powerful. I think I forgot to stay passionate in there. But guys, you guys have a fantastic weekend. And don't forget, it's always getting better. We'll see everybody on Monday. God bless.